Hello everyone, thank you Fawn for the introduction, and thank you to Technicity organization for the invite to participate in this virtual seminar. I would like to do first our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including Mississauga of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, and the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat people, and now is home to many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississauga of the Credit. Today's topic is really important. We're going to talk about utilizing technology to support our community. So what does Connected Community mean for Toronto? What is a Connected Community? Toronto's Connected Community program is about leveraging processes and technology to enhance the quality of life for Torontonians. Connected Community is about shifting our mindset and workplace culture to solve problems and deliver service to the public equitably. Toronto's Connected Community program will focus on Toronto's priorities, which are financial sustainability, housing, mobility, a well-run city, invest in people and neighborhoods, and climate change and resilience. So how do we get there? What actions are we taking? We need to think differently, which is really look at the workplace culture. We need to govern differently, which is really clearly about accountability and responsibility, making sure people understand what they need to deliver on. We need to work differently, looking at an organization that looks at policies, processes, being more data-driven, and resource differently. So building the capacity and the skills within the organization to clearly deliver on the outcomes that we need to achieve. Digital equity is a really, really important topic. As economies continue to digitize at an outstanding pace, and we saw that through COVID, there are still many citizens who cannot access the digital economy due to physical gaps in local broadband networks, also unaffordable plans, and lack of personal devices. Access to the internet is becoming an essential tool, not a nice to have, around the globe for participation in the modern society. Therefore, the City of Toronto is committed to reducing the digital divide by improving digital connectivity. The goal is to ensure that residents are connected and not divided by technology. So challenges are also seen as opportunities. Before COVID, we were faced with challenges such as growing inequity within our communities and neighborhoods, such as housing and mobility, aging infrastructure, resilience and climate change, financial challenges. Post-COVID, these challenges have only intensified, but what this pandemic has done is provide the opportunity to reset and accelerate on specific priorities, pursue the outcomes we desire at the city in a new way, a different way of moving forward. Examples of these is we have silos, like many know. Silos are not uncommon in big organizations, but there's no option to have these silos, and these are not acceptable at any table. So we have found different ways to integrate and collaborate across our service groups. So fiscal pressures, we have been having strategic discussions as we face operating fiscal pressures, which require significant reductions of our operating costs as well as capital. We will need to make some choices rather quickly and accelerate in scale and actually relook at our service levels and also decide what we can pause or stop, which is not something that we are very good at, but something that we must do. Customer engagement, we have had to come up with innovative ways to engage with our citizens outside of our usual mode of communication via polls or focus groups. We also wanted to ensure we had equity built into these engagements by ensuring we reached as much as the population that we could. For example, the city planning organization as well as our agency Creatio have gone digital for community meetings, which is something very different, and it's actually been good. It's not perfect, but it's been improving. The customer service operating model is extremely important and it's foundational as to how we deliver service. It's about consistency, standardizing the way in which we do things, the training, and making sure that what we say we're going to do, we do. And this particular structure, we've been working on it for the last couple of years, and we have actually looked at a model that could integrate citywide. So the important part about this is actually looking at our business processes, looking at the culture of the organization, looking at the integrated technology opportunities, and making sure that we're responding to the customer's expectations. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the digital vision and how we're moving that one forward. Key question to ask ourselves is what type of digital experience do Torontonians expect? Toronto residents, businesses, and visitors want convenient and connected service from the city like the way they do their online banking, which makes sense. The city must take steps to transform services to meet public expectations on digital experience, leveraging technology, human-centered design, creating good partnerships, and building trust and confidence. The One mobile app is a good start. We know this is how residents of Toronto want to interact with the city, similar to the way the bank app works, but it's still not good enough, and we need to go beyond payments and 301 services. So let me give you some examples of what the city has done in the last 8 to 9 months around acceleration. The digital canopy, which was providing free Wi-Fi through the City of Toronto and our technology partners to some of Toronto's most vulnerable communities. We also had Wi-Fi on wheels, outdoor Wi-Fi supported by the City of Toronto and the Toronto Public Library, and this program was at certain parks in Northwest Toronto. We also had the chatbot we launched in May using AI, focusing on COVID-19. We actually had 27,000 questions that we responded to. Shaw Freedom Device Donation, we had 500 phones and 6 months of talk, text, and data services that will be distributed through our partner agencies. The Digital Main Street, helping small businesses adopt digital tools such as e-commerce platforms and social media. We partnered with the Toronto BIA Association. So what I hope you heard today was the importance of connected communities and how Toronto is looking at it. We definitely need to invest into our digital infrastructure, and we need to make sure that we have a consistent approach as to how we deliver service through our new operating model and the digital vision that I spoke about. And I actually talked about some of the examples through COVID that we were able to do. We do know through COVID that we were exposed to government and the lack of investment that we've made in the digital side. But we also know that we are agile and that we can deliver because we definitely stepped up to it. We also know that digital transformation is all about citizen-centric and digital first. And that is what the City of Toronto is focused on. We will do very well, and this to me is about building public trust and confidence as we move forward. Digital is the new norm for the organization, and I think it's a new norm for many organizations out there, even outside of being government. So all in all, I'd like to say thank you to Fawn, the Technicity organization, my fellow municipalities here today listening to this, as well as some of the technology leaders out there and the businesses that are also watching this today. So stay safe, stay healthy, take care.